this commotion going on in France. I was just hoping that America for the first time would actually say, okay, we'll stay out of this one. I was sitting in the corner of my room crying. Please, America, don't get involved. America is literally the definition of fist me daddy and ooh, call me daddy. America is literally that daddy that never goes away. Where his daughter finally moves out of the house, finds a man, she has her own children, 2 of her own children, and then the dad still like gets all pissed off whenever he tells her to do something and she doesn't. So even if he were to be like, hey, I want you to do this with your child, and she doesn't do it because she doesn't believe that's right, then he'll get pissed off and be like, oh, that's it, and then he calls child services, and child services comes after the house like, oh, and then the guys inside are just like, again. Then they open the door, and he's just like, we got a call, and we've been here quite a lot. Except we call in the entire military. Mr. President, we believe we have finally found Osama bin Laden. The first clip that he gave us was definitely not accurate. He's been hiding in a mansion this entire time. I'm hiding in the cave. I'm hiding in the cave. You will never find me. I hide in the cave. I am responsible for the 9/11 attacks. Come get me. He was in a mansion. We kind of fell for that one. Go ahead and carry out that mission. Take out the most wanted terrorist in the entire world. This will be the first good thing I ever do. I'm so proud of you, Barack. America is finally gonna like me. I don't know, but do you guys even realize how excited and honestly how overexcited America was when we finally killed Osama bin Laden? What I think people fail to keep in mind about that whole thing is that, okay, everybody knows that Osama bin Laden was the leader of Al-Qaeda, right? So Al-Qaeda had so many other attacks. It wasn't just the World Trade Center attacks, and people know that, but 2,996, my bad, people died during 9/11. And that doesn't even count all the other terrorist attacks that Al-Qaeda has done. And so everyone's like, yeah, victory for America, we killed Osama. Well, Osama killed over thousands of people. We killed one man and a few of his guys, and we're like, yes, got him back, suck my dick. A whole baseball stadium, when they found out that Osama bin Laden had been killed, started cheering USA, 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 USA. Now just picture that, but for the entire rest of the game. And they were only in the bottom of the 5th. Then there was that one guy that didn't know what they were saying, and he thought they were saying NWA. So it was like, NWA, NWA, yeah, the police, yeah, the police. I say, because I'm a clean boy. That was totally not gay. But now with these ISIS attacks going on, and America got involved, and Canada's had crap going on with Syria, it's crazy. Canada's making moves. That's not true. What about World War I? Again, yeah, World War I. Now, from what I heard, the UK is not involved yet, or I don't even know if they're going to be getting involved, but they call this war the anti-ISIS war, which is going to end up turning into a World War III if more countries are like, yeah, lock and load them. But so I don't know if they did this to try and get extra tax money in case they ever get pulled into the war or decide to join the war. But they are now considering tampons a luxury item. So tax has gone up on these tampons. And now apparently women are just super pissed off because they don't want to pay more than what they're paying for tampons, seeing that it's something they need. So now I hear that a whole bunch of women have gotten together. They wear completely white pants and super tight pants. So it's right there, hello! And they walk around stores and outside of places and they just let themselves free bleed and refuse to leave until they reduce the price of the tampons. Which I honestly don't understand, because if I was a woman or a girl, whatever you want to consider it, and I was pissed about the tax on tampons going up and I absolutely needed it, but I couldn't afford them anymore, you know what I'd do? I'd go so fast into any store. I don't care if it's Walmart, Target, Shop and Save. I know Shop and Save is a grocery store, but if they have tampons, you Shop and Save for tampons. See, the tax would be lower there. Shop and Save needs to take that idea. Get your tampons at Aldi. I would take the other pissed off women and go and loot stores and riot, just like they did in Ferguson, except we're all breaking into a store like Walmart, just pushing through the doors, going in, and just looting all the tampons. Nothing else but tampons. I'd take a lifetime supply of that and put it in my purse. And you already know there's going to be that one chick that goes up and just grabs a whole bunch of pads and I would be pissed if someone goes and grabs pads, because honestly, pads are for bitches that can't fit a tampon up their vagina. Tampons are for bitches that can fit it up their vagina because they take so much dick all the time. Think about that. Asshole. But the only thing that went up in tax is just tampons. So I really don't understand why women aren't just buying pads instead. Because honestly, from a dude's perspective, I would think that it would be more comfortable to just put something underneath and shove that thing up there. Just saying. Pads are for beginners. But I hope to God that there's not a World War III. Because if there is, by the time I'm 18, God knows they're going to be like, oh, Jordan, yeah, draft him. And all the government considers you is just another number. Unless you're doing something wrong, then that's when they actually take enough time to pay attention to you. And that's only to punish you for what you did. Like right now with me recording in this open retention basin, if I started screaming or yelling, that's when they'd come and get me. Or if I just went up the road and broke into a car, like just took a hammer and went, tsh, then they come and get me. But if I'm just being casual or just following whatever laws per se, they don't care what I do. I could be poor on the street and they don't care. They'd be like, oh, well, you better go to a home. And you know how crappy those homes are and how many people don't like those homes, that people that build those are trying to keep them up while other citizens are trying to get them shut down because they don't like homeless people living in their area. It's really sad because that's the way it's always going to be, that your country doesn't honestly care about you. And people are like, you don't know that, like you're just some stupid kid. No, your country really doesn't care about you. You get free education, yeah, with the tax system. But you're free. You're free to say what you want. Other countries aren't free. You're not. You're free to an extent. If I were to walk up this retention basin and yell at someone, call him a slut, or whatever I want to say, I could get fined for that, or even arrested for assault, and it could be considered sexual assault if I called whoever, say if it's a man or a woman, I could get fined for sexual assault just because I called her a slut. You can't technically say whatever you want. And Obama brags so much about taking out Osama bin Laden when all he had to do was give the Navy SEALs permission to go in and carry out the mission. Like he's up there dissing Republicans, which I don't care who he's dissing. Like, like I don't care who he's dissing, because I don't care if it's a Republican as president or a Democrat. As long as the person just does a good job, I don't care. And always presidents are going to get dissed. Come on now, you know. He's like, I could be the next Franklin D. Roosevelt. If you guys keep me for another term, I could make this country better than what it has been in the last 2 terms. The more experience a person has as president, the better they get over time. I believe that I can change this country. Just like Franklin D. Roosevelt led you people through World War II, I can lead you through the anti-ISIS war. And our country will grow and stay strong. I believe that if you guys give me another chance and change the law specifically for me, that this country will improve for the better. Unlike when Bush was in office, the more I grow, it's like when you plant a seed and you leave it there for 2 years and you take care of it. It gets bigger and better. That's me, America. That is Barack Obama. Now, if I don't get what I want and I don't get a 3rd term in office, I'll claim that there's still racial discrimination in America. Oh, Barack! God better save us all. Or Donald Trump. He's a pretty good alternative.
I am responsible for the 9/11 attacks. Come get me!